Greetings, comic book fans. I'm Jason. It is the 24th of August at the time of recording. It's the day after the best day of the week, New Comic Book Day, and you are watching Comic Haul Weekly, where I share with you the brand new comics I picked up this week. It's a day later than intended. Simply put, I was back at work. Tuesday night was my first night back after a week off, so I was completely knackered come yesterday. So even though I picked up my comics, I just didn't have the energy to do a video because I was back at work. So a bit more energized today, having a full night's sleep. So let's get into the books. And 15 books I picked up this week, which was nice picking up like 15 because my pull list has been a bit big the past few weeks. So it was nice to have that like smaller week, a much more manageable pile of books to get through as I continue my quest to kind of catch up on all of my books. So first up is a book that I saw on the shelf that I picked up, and it's continuing Marvel's celebration of 100 years of Jack Kirby, and we have Nick Fury, Agent of Shield, and I've always preferred this Nick Fury. I really like this one. I've never really been able to take to his son. Um, I just think there's no comparison for me. So I'm really curious to pick up this and see, because I've never read like the Kirby kind of era Fury. I've only ever read the eras that followed. So I'm super stoked to see what this one's like. Then into the books of my pull list now, we have Black Hammer, issue number 12, which as will be a common thread throughout these books, is a book I'm catching up on, but I've been really enjoying that series as far as I've got. We then have Superman Action Comics, issue 986. I love those big numbers. And I've got last issue to read, and once I've read that, I'll be straight into this. We have Batman Detective Comics 963, which I've really been loving what they've been doing with this book. Last issue was the end of that arc. I think it was called Intelligence. This is a new. I don't know if this is like a little story between arcs, or if this is a new arc that we're kicking off here. But I'm super stoked to see where we're going to go next with the book, especially with the revelation last issue that Tim is still alive. We then have The Flash issue 29, and this is another book I'm catching up on. But I super love The Flash, one of my favorite comic characters. So I'm excited to catch up. Likewise, Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, issue number 27. We've got New Gods in here now. So this book is like top number one on my priority list to catch up on because I want to get me some New Gods. We have Teen Titans issue 11, which I'm really enjoying this. I'm My only gripe is I want the team to get to the stage where they're close like the other Titans team, but I know that that's going to take time. That's not going to happen straight away, and you wouldn't want it. It wouldn't feel real if it happened straight away. So I'm kind of interested to see how the story progresses. It's looking more and more likely that like Starfire is stepping up as the leader, which I'm liking, and how Game is going to react to that is very interesting. So all in all, yeah, I'm enjoying this, and I'm liking our new character, Aqualad, and like the revelation that he's the son of Black Manta as well. I haven't watched Young Justice, so I don't know if the origin of the character is the same in that, but that's another thing on my list of things to watch. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. It's been really good so far. We then have Lazarus X plus 66, issue number 2. I really like that cover. Really cool cover. And, I'm still loving this series, so I'm super stoked to get into that. With that, Daredevil issue 25, which again is another book that I'm looking to catch up on, but I'm really liking Daredevil, and I love this cover, the way that they've got it. Sometimes, like minimalizing the color on something can make it that little bit more striking, and I like here how they've got like the black and the red. I just think really works well for that cover. So that's another cover I'm liking. Then we have Doctor Strange number 24, which is a Secret Empire tie-in. So I'm looking forward to it. The only thing is with like the tie-ins, I'm not read all the tie-ins to this yet, but it's like in the regular like Secret Empire in the event, like the dome has come down now, the characters are released. So I'm like, if you're reading these stories about how like Doctor Strange trying to find a way out, and it's kind of like the regular book is kind of got out, ultimately that he's going to fail, because unless like this is going to kind of explain how he came by the means to kind of bring the dome down. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to catching up with that. We got Generations, whichever you want to call it, Generations the Thunderer #1 or Generations the Mighty Four and the Unworthy Four. So I'm kind of curious to what this is because when I read like it says the Mighty Four and the Unworthy Four, I thought we were going to have Odinson and the original Mighty Four, and kind of like I thought that would be a really interesting meeting with Thor, but like, where's Mjolnir? You're a future version of me, but where's Mjolnir? Where's my arm? Why are you suddenly unworthy? So I kind of thought that would have been really interesting. Instead, they've gone the route of having the Jane Foster Thor, and the original Thor they're calling unworthy, but he wasn't unworthy here. So why are you calling him the unworthy Thor? That really perplexed me. I know it's a nitpick, but you know that really perplexed me. I didn't like that. However, I enjoyed the last issue of Generations. I read the Wolverine one. That was really good. So I'm looking forward to getting this. And I think the thing with these books is you gotta let go of like the beginning making sense of like why this character is here, how did they get here. It does feel like we've missed something. Like there was a setup comic that kind of set up why all these heroes are suddenly being transported to these different points. It does feel like and like that. I think if they'd have bought like a Generations book, what #1 out, and then all of these kind of spin off from that, I think would have been better. But I don't know if the end of Secret Empire going into Legacies is going to explain why this is going on. But kind of if it is, these books should have waited. But if you can let go of that, I think you'll enjoy these because the Wolverines one was really good. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the Fours one. Who writes it, by the way? Oh, it's written by Jason Aaron, so yeah, I gotta think it's gonna be good. We then have Secret Empires #9, which is the most I've enjoyed a Marvel event in years. I think probably, and I know not everybody liked this event, but the last day event I enjoyed was Avengers versus the X-Men. It was the last event that I really enjoyed, where I didn't end up being like, oh. I enjoyed Spider-Verse, to be honest, but I felt because I read everything for Spider-Verse, I was a bit spidered out by the end. So the end kind of didn't have the resonance because by the time I got to the end, there were so many Spider-Verse books that I was just like, oh god, I want to get to the end now. I've had enough of this. So kind of that's probably tinged my enjoyment of that. And if I went and just read the core series, I'd probably really enjoy it. But as I like a company-wide event, I think this is since Avengers vs X-Men is the most I've enjoyed an event, and really good. Last issue, like the heroes at last had help. Captain America's continuing to go further and further into darkness. The heroes at last with Captain America Sam Wilson and the return of Bucky have like got hope for the first time in like I think this series. They've got genuine hope that hasn't kind of been flushed away in one issue. So I'm really excited to see what's going to go down this issue because, like I said, I'm really enjoying it. We then have Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, issue #3, which I'm enjoying this. It's kind of digging off like kind of old events in Spider-Man, but what I'm liking is like the way that it's written. It brings you up to speed. So if you never read those original stories, you can follow it. I always like to see the friendship between Spider-Man and Johnny Storm. I think that's really cool. So I like that Human Torch is a character in the book, and the fact that Kingpin's coming into it as well is going to be very interesting. So yeah, really enjoying this. What I'm liking about it is that like my personal favorite Spider-Man is the hero in New York, and trying to balance his life with the life of being Spider-Man. And it's always the responsibility of being Spider-Man that kind of takes precedent, and then he has to let people down. And so I'm liking it. Feels very old school in that way. That he's not this global superhero. That he's this. It's all based in New York, and that for me is my favorite kind of Spider-Man. Plus, the writer Chip Zdarsky is a very funny guy, and so humor-wise, this book is kind of hitting those notes as well with like Spider-Man's wisecracks and stuff. So yeah, really enjoying this. Look forward to getting into that. We then have Doctor Who, the 12th Doctor Adventures, Year 3, issue #6, and this is part 2 of like the story from last issue where we have the Ice Warriors. So I'm super excited. We've got Bill. So like you've got Bill, you've got Ice Warriors. There was a nice little surprise that turned up at the end of last issue. The only gripe in this, I'm chuffed that we got Vikings, but I don't feel like enough was done to kind of make me feel for the Viking characters. I don't really care for them. They're just kind of background fodder. So I'm hoping they're going to do a little bit more to flesh those characters out and make us care about them a bit more. But the core story, I'm just super into, and I'm really excited to see what we're going to get next. We then have X-O Manowar issue number 6, which my favourite Valiant character, so enough said, loving this. And then we have an interesting one also from Valiant. It is War Mother, issue number 1. They did a one-shot with War Mother during 4000 AD event, so I liked her character from that. So I'm super stoked to see what they're going to do with her own book. But I've got the inkling it's going to be set in the future, which is always cool. So yeah, looking forward to getting into that one. So those are my books for this week. The backup plan is that I will be back, fingers crossed, the weekend with a comic book overload video talking about some of the books I've read. Though I don't know, it depends how time works out. But yeah, at some point, Sunday, Monday, that might be up. If it's not up, then it'll probably mean that I won't be doing another video to comic book overload video to the following week. Because that's my target, to get one every fortnight. And I've been hitting beyond that lately, because I'm getting like at least one a week. So that's my target for comic book overload. And then I will be back next Wednesday with another comic haul weekly video. If not on the Thursday, it'll be up on the. If not up on the Wednesday, it'll be up on the Thursday. So that's me done for another episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all had a great new comic book day and like loads of comic book goodness. Once again, I'm just going to say thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I'm Jason. It's the 24th of August 2017. You've been watching Comic Haul Weekly. Keep reading, and bye for now.